Chris Duncan in the studio. Chris, if you would be so kind, say good morning so I get your mic level.
Good morning, everybody.
Oh, good deal, man. You're good. Got to turn all this down. We are set and we are good to go. Duncan's 19th hole is on Commerce Street. Before we get into Chris Duncan, the PGA star, let's go back to the business. Tell us about Duncan's 19th hole and when and why did it come about?
So it's we are a retail golf shop and driving range. We do anything club repair, grips, reshafting. We can fix most anything. We do lessons and club fittings. We sell all the major brands of merchandise. Not much clothes, more equipment and things like that. But I mean, not much we can't do. And if we can't, we're gonna figure out how.
All about the function, not so much about the fashion, because it is about the scores and not just how good you look on the course.
Well, there is you look good, you feel good, you play good. So
right.
There is a little bit of that.
I understand that. But Duncan's 19th hole, it's on Commerce Street. Let's touch on the driving range. Explain that. By the way, I'm not a golfer and I'm not going to pretend to be one. I think I've done it 3 times in my life. I like it.
Yeah.
However, it's a discipline. So
Sure.
Talk about the driving range feature of Duncan's 19th hole.
So it's, I mean, we could probably put maybe 8 to 10 people on the range at a time. We are limited with space. There is an area in the back of the range that has a net that we do ask balls not to go over, but it is probably 260 yards or so to get it over. So there are a few people that can, but it does happen.
Sure. And a bucket of balls. What else? You have other features there at Duncan's 19th hole to help. I would dare say the weekend golfer and the more serious golfer, because you're a PGA card holding member, and we'll touch on that in just a second. So what other amenities at Duncan's 19th hole?
So I do all the private lessons and the club fittings, which is, I think sometimes the club fitting is just as big a deal, if not more so than the lessons, because if your clubs don't fit, they're either making it easier or making it harder on you. And we want your golf clubs to make it easier on you, and then kind of walk into the lessons at that point. We also have a little turf putting green that's pretty good for, I'd say, 10 to 15 foot putts. It's nothing fancy, but it does get the job done.
Sure.
We've got some targets set up out there, especially in the inside of 100 yards, so you get to work on short shots, which is a very big deal in the world of golf. So we can do a lot of stuff.
Chris Duncan here from Duncan's 19th hole, Commerce Street, member of the Chamber of Commerce. Just had, no pun intended, right? Did you? Commerce Street, Chamber of Commerce.
That's true.
Okay.
I didn't think about that. No.
Well, I didn't either. So I just had the ribbon cutting for them, and Duncan's 19th hole. When I stopped by yesterday, I picked up a card. PGA CD Golf. CD Golf. You're from close to the Gulf, right? In Calcasieu Parish.
Yep.
Chris Duncan Golf. Tell us more about that. I mean, when did you start personally saying, you know what? I like golf, I'm going to try golf, and then there's even another, correct me if I'm wrong, I think I could be good at this and move on to the next level. Start at the beginning.
So for me, I guess looking back, I had pretty good arrogance about me when I probably started. I was probably 17 or 18.
Is it arrogance or confidence? But
it's a fine line.
He's honest. He's honest. Yeah, I hear you.
As a 17, 18-year-old, you probably do have a good bit of arrogance about you at times, but
and ignorance.
Yes, I started about that point. I'd played baseball forever, and I'd always had baseball coaches that said, stay away from it. It's not the case, you don't have to. But I started when I was probably 17 or 18 years old, and at a local driving range, actually, and just started hitting the ball and was like, I'm pretty decent at this. I think I'd like to, I always want to do like a sport professionally. For a long time it was baseball, then it was skateboard, and then it was basketball. So for some reason I was always attracted to professional athletics. And then just decided to really dive into golf. I really started, at that point I don't think YouTube was a thing. So I think I was reading articles and like I don't even know that you can watch videos like you can now.
Right.
So I was reading a lot, and then graduated from Tech in 2012 and decided to turn pro. And played 2.5, 3 years on different professional tours, and then my girlfriend at the time, now wife, kind of said that I needed a little bit more of a steady paycheck. So I always knew I either wanted to play golf or teach golf.
Right.
And so the teaching has definitely been more fun and more rewarding than the playing part, I think.
Well, going from arrogance to somewhat humility, I'm picking up here because I can decide I want to play professional golf. That doesn't mean I'm even going to get close to professional golf. Getting a PGA behind your name takes achievement. Explain what that means to the ignorant.
So it's a certification, right? So I think there's 28 to 30,000 PGA professionals in the U.S. And it's a process of schoolwork and seminars down in Florida. For 4 years until I started doing the golf shop stuff with my dad, who was also a part of Duncan's 19th hole. He had it first. I was the first assistant pro at Valle Desir de Munro, and I spent 4.5 years there doing that. And that's where you have to work at a golf course to get your PGA professional stuff. So I started there, kind of cut my teeth in the merchandising and the teaching side of things there. Then decided that I really wanted the ability to teach in club fit more than stand behind the counter and answer phone calls. So that was when we decided as a family to venture into partnering with Dad on this stuff and helping him out a little bit.
Awesome. How would folks find out? Go to Duncan's Hole, obviously, to get in touch with you. You have your own brand as well. Is there a website on there? And
website's coming.
Okay.
Website's coming.
Okay.
I haven't got that yet. Right now, everything goes through at Chris Duncan Golf Instagram.
Sure.
Facebook page, Duncan's 19th Hole. You won't see much of my stuff on there, but you will see. We're trying to get better at when we get new merchandise in. If we happen to get shirts in.
Sure.
We're about to do a big FootJoy order, so if you like FootJoy shoes, gloves, things like that, come by and see us. We're going to put it down for you.
You know, and again, I kind of really like the going from arrogance, confidence at the age of 18. Chris kind of skirted over, and my limited time of meeting him and knowing him, you know, I played baseball in high school. Well, you don't just play baseball at this high school in Louisiana. You got to be something special to me. What was that high school again?
It was Barb.
Barb. So, job well done there. And anyway, so now he's at Duncan's 19th hole. What else could we possibly say for you? By the way, joining the Chamber of Commerce, take us through that process. Was that you? Was it your dad? Was it both?
Me and my wife, actually.
All right.
So Dad bought the business from someone else. It was established actually right around the corner from you here, and then he moved it out to. He wanted the driving range, so he did it. Dad actually worked with him a little bit because Dad's retired, and so he just is one of his buddies, and then he decided that he wanted to take it over, and so he bought it from him. So. But my wife did Leadership Lincoln with the Chamber through the company she works for, and was just kind of decided, like, you know, the Chamber's a big deal. You need to get involved in this. So we did. So we got into it and ready to get going.
Awesome. Growing up in the decade I grew up in, which was like almost Fred Flintstone time-wise, but when you went to the driving range, we didn't try to really hit the balls. We used to try to hit the guy in the cart driving around.
Yep,
so you have one of those out there? Or
we do, but we don't dare. It's not cut. It's not caged in. So if we got to pick up balls, it's going to be first thing in the morning. We're not going to be out there being a moving target for anybody.
Yeah, there'll be hazard pay on that as well.
Yeah.
Chris Duncan, I appreciate you taking the time coming by. Stop by and see Chris and his father. Duncan's 19th hole, Commerce Street. That is 2001. Well, a golf odyssey. No, a Commerce Street for Duncan's 19th hole.
Odyssey.
What's that?
It's an odyssey.
It is an odyssey. Everything's an odyssey. Anything else we can say here for you this morning?
Thanks for having me. Thanks for doing this.
Oh, you're welcome.
Look forward to meeting everybody. And again, if we can help with any of your golf needs, lessons, fittings, come see us. We'd love to help.
All right. Is Fore, Four, F-O-R-E, or F-O-R, and I think it's F-O-R-E. How did that and where did that come from? Do you know? Was that part of your schooling?
There's a lot in golf that makes no sense with terminology wise. Where they came up with why yell Fore, I don't know.
Okay.
Why not just yell duck? I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe if you yell duck, somebody looks around for a duck and doesn't. I don't know. There's a lot of terminology in golf that makes no sense.
I usually yell out expletive, deletive, so I mean,
Sure.
That's why I'm not allowed out there and stuff. And one final question. Well, you don't have to answer this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Do you ever throw your clubs into the pond out of frustration?
I've never done that.
Okay, good for you. I've heard people doing that.
I don't think I've ever actually broken a club out of frustration, but we fixed quite a few from that. And so that kind of is part of our business.
Okay, let's do a little ministry, mission work, and counseling for those that are going to watch this. For me personally, and I was talking with Chris, I'm going through a learning curve of technology, etc. This is the word. It's called agri-prop. It's an agri-prop. What's that? It could be my GoPro camera. It could be my Rode wireless. It could be my cell phone. It could be a car? And if it happens to be your golf game, what's an agri prop? When I find myself getting aggravated at this prop, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to yield to that. I know what you're trying to do. Put it down, walk away. So put the clubs down. Don't break it over your knee, right?
See it back in your bag. Like,
yeah.
When the clubs fall.
All right, Chris, man, thank you so much for coming in.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.